Okay guys, we are back. So right off the bat, when you open the box, we'll get into the deep stuff here now. First thing I noticed was the transmitter. Red Cat has, looks like they've given us a pretty decent upgraded transmitter. And then I was watching the RC review guy, and he was saying that this transmitter was a pretty big step up for Red Cat. You can one-hand drive this. It's going to be a lot easier to do one-hand driving here with your throttle and your brake and stuff. You can reach it really easily. It's definitely a 4-channel. You got your channel 3. You got a 4-channel here. It looks like you could do a winch if you wanted. I'm not sure what the LED button is here. I'm not sure what that may be for, like a headlights, to turn your headlights if you had LED headlights in it. I don't know. They may offer this stuff. I haven't really dove that deep into it. I just kind of wanted the truck. So it is a 4-channel. It's called an RTX 4C, and it's got, push buttons for your trims, that's pretty nice. Your steering endpoint adjustments is here. R LED and G LED. I don't know. Then you're on and off switch. So, and your steering wheel's kind of angled. Not real sure about that. I wish they'd have pulled it back a little bit, but my hands aren't real big, so guys with bigger hands aren't going to have no trouble with that. It's a nice, comfortable radio. I like the Red Cat insignia they have here. For an RTR radio, it is what it is. It takes 4 AA batteries. One thing that I noticed in the box, you do not get a battery and you do not get the AA's. For some reason, I was thinking my Gen 8, when it came, it had the AA's for the radio and it had the charger and a nickel metal hydride battery. No big deal. I don't care about that. It's no big deal. Then you got another thing here. I'll have to look in the... I'm not sure what the deal is with this. It's got another compartment here. I have no idea what that is. But I don't see telemetry stuff. And it has a thing here. It looks like you could probably put some kind of lanyard thing here to hang the transmitter around your neck. It's an RTR transmitter, so I don't want to get too much further into that. But that is probably a huge step up compared to what, their other transmitters were. So let's get into the truck, guys. What I can say about it, it's got beautiful... It already comes with your Ascent decals and some Red Cat decals here on it. We'll just keep turning it here. Very nice. The Lexan, as far as Lexan goes, it's pretty nice. The inside of the bed is actually pretty deep. I don't know if you guys can see that real well on the camera here. It's very nice bed setup. You got 2 body pins down in here. I was surprised at the depth of the bed that they got in here. You could actually put some scale stuff down in the bed. If you wanted to, like maybe some gas cans or pull ropes or whatnot. The body's 2 pieces. The cab and the bed separate. You can separate them. So you could just do away with the bed completely and just run your cab, and you could put a cage or whatever you want to do back there. This tires do feel like they're pretty good rubber compound. Like I said, they say they're a 4.7. I don't know. I'm going to run them. Right off the bat, I think the truck is too narrow, personally. I think it needs to be a little wider. Maybe it's like that for some kind of comp standards. I have no idea. I don't mess with that stuff no more. But I like this truck, so that's the reason why I got it, and it was pretty affordable. I'm going to be upgrading the wheels and tires anyhow. Most people's not going to, take this thing straight out of the box and, maybe run it a little bit, and that's the first thing they're going to upgrade. So... I really want some metal bead locks with some weight down in them for this. So, as far as I know, these are the Gen 9 axles, from my understanding, that is in this rig. So, you do get the Gen 9. They are portals. It's a portal truck. So, that's pretty much right off the bat, just looking at it. It is a beautiful looking paint on this thing. And I don't know if the camera picks it up, but it's got metallic. It's like a semi-metallic metal flake. It's like an old Ford blue. I really like this collar, man. I really do like this collar. The decals are really nice, and the Lexan body's really detailed for a Lexan body. It's just got your sticker grill. These are not completely blacked out. I don't know how the camera's taking it out. They are clear, It's just like a window tinted window sticker. So they do have clear windows behind that. So that's kind of a plus in my opinion. Of course, you're probably not going to be putting interior in a conch truck, and that's not why I got this. I just got this when I go out with friends and stuff, and like my daughter and my son. I wasn't taking my hard bodies out and beating them up or anything like that. So, and this thing should be pretty capable, I'd imagine, right out of the box from some of the reviews I've watched. So the bumpers are really nice. I really like the bumpers. It's going to give you really approach and descent, axles here. Bumpers here. So those are real nice. They're tucked up real nice to the body. So I think that's pretty much it right off the bat, guys, what we can go over with that. So let's move on to, go over the body and all that good stuff. So we'll get the truck down here flat on the ground and we'll do the body. Okay, so right off the bat for the body, you got 2 body pins. You pull the body pins out. We'll set them over here in our tray. Flop it back over. And then you lift up on this and you kind of pull, and this will flip up. I kind of like that. The only thing I wish they would have included is some kind of drop down piece to come down here and kind of hook in to hold the body up. But it has a quick detachable front piece here that just locks in. It's pretty nice. It just locks into this little piece right here, so you can just take your body off there really easy. So I like that. So you don't really need that prop rod. And like I was saying, screwed together, you can separate your 2 body halves. I like that. It's a pretty, it's Lexan. Like band, boom, 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 boom. It's just a, Lexan. So, so let's move on to the important stuff here. So your chassis, it's pretty nice. Truthfully, it's steel. Rigid as all get out. This thing it's not got any chassis flex really hardly to it at all. I'm really torquing on it, so very thick, heavy. Definitely, I'm pretty sure that's steel. That's not aluminum. Plenty of mounting points on your shock mounts here for your shocks. I do believe, if I'm correct, a couple of the reviews I've watched, they said to move your shocks up here to this full, all the way up position. I'm going to run it and see how it does before I start messing with anything, just because I like to run my stuff just stock to see what it'll do. One thing I did notice, of course it also comes with your, we'll go over this real quick. It comes with some other decals here in the kit, the accessory parts they give you. Comes with some nice, just normal Red Cat stuff. Comes with some taller body mounts if you want to put a different body on it. And then it comes with your extra gears here. You got a gear selection for your underdrive and your overdrive stuff. So you have a 10% and a 20% rear underdrive gears are included. And you can change the gears out without removing the transmission. The internal transmission gears are 48 pitch, so they're a heavier duty gear set. They're plastic. I'm not real sure about that. It is a 3mm steel chassis. It is a 4-link rear, obviously, and it is a 3-link in the front with a panhard. So that's a pretty nice looking setup on it. They have upgraded their servo. It's supposed to be a cordless digital servo, torque spec servo. It's waterproof, hard anodized metal gears. It's supposed to produce a 42 kilogram torque at 8.4, and it's supposed to be an aluminum case. Whether it does all that, I don't know. It is a nice looking servo here. They have definitely probably stepped up their servo game. I would imagine that's probably pretty decent, halfway decent servo, honestly. It looks cool. Has the metal servo horn. It has an aluminum servo horn on it from the factory. The drive shafts are nice and beefy. They remind me a lot of the Wild Boar 8 axial drive shaft setups a little bit. They're probably a little beefier, honestly. So the axles look real good in it. The chassis sliders here are really, really nice on this thing. So it's going to slide over rocks and stuff really nice. I can already tell that. That looks real good. The center skid plate's nice and, you know, flat across. So yeah, looks pretty good. Transmission, transfer case, forward mounted motor. You know, your spur gear up here. Got a steel plate for your transmission mount and your spur gear mount and everything. Definitely an upgrade on that department. I like that. Weight bias is nice. Definitely is going to have a good weight bias. It's a 550 can motor, Red Cat motor. They have went to a 42 turn. They just didn't slap the 17 or 19 or whatever comes stock in most of their stuff. So they have swapped to a 42 turn. We're going to run it and see how it does. I have a brand new Holmes Hobby Crawlmaster Sport that'll be going in this anyways, that I've just been sitting on, that I don't run the 550s in my other trucks. So shocks are aluminum. They have the collar here to adjust your tension on your springs up and down. This thing's kind of stiff feeling out of the box to me. I would have thought it would have been a little droopier, a little softer, but it's in the softest position that you're going to get. So we'll see how it does. The articulation, I mean, I'm not a comp guy. My leaf spring trucks, you know, articulate that well. So yeah, I don't know. But then again, like I said, articulation can also hurt you. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Like I said, I'm not a comp guy. We're going to run it if I have to. It's definitely going to have to be wider. If you had more articulation, I can tell you in the stock configuration, these tires are going to definitely hit your body and tear it up. So you're going to have to go a little wider on your wheels or an adapter or something along that lines, because the tires are definitely going to, if you put different shocks on this thing, it is definitely going to hit the body and tear the body up. Even if you're running a little smaller tire, they're still going to get into it. Because how these shocks are set up is, I see a lot of guys running this setup now. You know, I've been into the links, I mean the out of the link stuff for a long time, but I'd say these are probably 100, maybe 120 mil shocks. You know, I'm not real sure about that. Let me grab my caliper here real quick, and I will just whip that here real quick for you, so we know what length the shocks are on it. Zero it out. Well, I'll give you a close guesstimate here, from eyelet to eyelet. So we got, that's about the center of the eyelet on that one, and that's the center of the screw on that one. I need to go down some more. So we're sitting at, well, that says 78, so I'm guessing these are probably about an 80 mil shock, I'm guessing, maybe. That's probably, yeah, it looks about to be about right there. So that's probably about an 80 mil shock. So I figured it would have longer shocks on it than that. So they're 80 mil shocks. So from the center of your eyelet to the center of your eyelet, you have an 80 millimeter shock on here. I'm going to stop this, restart it again, because my camera only will record for so long. Okay, so I just figured I would drop a battery in this thing and we would check it out here. So we got the transmitter. It does not come with the usual nickel metal hydride stuff that Red Cat does. Does not come with the batteries for your transmitter, so you're going to need 4 double A's for your transmitter. We have powered it up. I haven't touched anything. I have not powered up the truck yet at all. Your on and off switch is up here on your ESC on the front. We'll turn it on. You get your beeps like your normal for like your 1060 Hobby 110 ESC. Wow, it's got some pretty good steering angle on it there. That's pretty impressive. I heard the Gen 9 has a pretty good steering angle as well. So, pretty quick servo there. So, we got stock out of the box. I haven't touched any trims or anything. So, yeah, it's still got that. I can already tell you that motor is not going to have, I mean, it isn't broke in or anything. I'm sure it would be dependable as all get out, but that, yeah. Once you get it rolling, there's your creeping speed. Once you get it rolling, but then when you stop and then you try to pull the trigger, it's really hard to get a smooth, slow. I can already tell it's the motor too after doing testing and stuff like that of other trucks. I don't think it's the transmitter. I think it's that motor. Because these motors, I see RC Review said something about the ESC. He thought it was kind of notchy, but I'm almost betting if I threw a Holmes Hobby motor in there, this would, it'd be 10 times smoother than that. So, yeah, and if I have to, I'll upgrade my transmitter. So, but you can, once you get it moving, it's got pretty good, yeah. Not that impressed with that, so, not crapping on it yet because it hasn't even seen the trail or anything, but servo definitely feels really good. So let's put the weight of it down here real quick. Let's see. Oh! You scared me, Dungeon Master. Yeah, that servo's got plenty of oomph. This is a 3S, though, in the back of it here. Well, we are reversed. So we're going to have to turn it off. Turn this off. Throttle was reversed, so we got to go back into normal. Let's recalibrate. There we go. So we are recalibrated. Steering came good out of the box, but oh wow. So yeah, throttle control is so, guys. Not impressive throttle control. Wow. Yeah, that is not impressive throttle control at all. So I will dive into that and see if it's the transmitter or the ESC or the motor. And I might have to set some endpoints and stuff here. So right out of the box, my throttle was reversed. So you guys check that if you get one of these trucks. Steering's okay. Looks like the steering trim's good. Yeah, throttle trim it's just not impressive, guys. I'm betting it's probably the motor. We'll see. We're gonna do little upgrades to this thing here and there, and I'll video each one of them. Like I said, I've already got a Holmes motor here, so we can toss a Holmes motor in it. I got a brand new 550 can Crawlmaster Sport that I was gonna run in something else that I didn't, and we can just toss it right in there. So I'm going to get this thing out on the trail, get the body on it, and have some fun, guys, and then I'll get some running video footage later. Peace. So we're back. So let's see what else we cover. It's got metal links. Pretty nice, metal links on it all the way around. Like I said, 4-link rear, 3-link in the front with a panhard bar. Pretty much standard. I've noticed it doesn't have the problem that the Gen 8 had. When you cycled your suspension on the Gen 8, you had a problem. Your front end would walk on you a little bit. I don't notice this. Yeah, I don't notice that it's not doing that left to right movement with when you're cycling the suspension. So they've definitely done something to fix that. Unless it's just the 3-link setup they've done. The first thing I noticed looking at it at the hobby shop was it does come with high clearance links, which is a big plus on the front. Doesn't have them in the rear, but it does have them on the front because this is the more place you're going to need them. The main problem I see with this, they had these turned all the way to the outside. So they had your bent link spun facing to the outside. So the reason why they did that is because it's so close to your drive shaft. So I think I went ahead and turned mine in, and I still have sufficient drive shaft clearance. So that's one thing, if you get one of these, I would recommend is just you can just grab a hold of your links literally and just spin them in with your fingers. And you don't rub the drive shaft. So I can't see any kind of problem with that. It does have plastic mounts down here that you can change out, obviously, for your link mounts on your axle perches and stuff. So, it's going to be your common Red Cat axle stuff. My Gen 8s have held up fine and taken some pretty hard hits. So, it'll probably get some brass stuff on it. Very few brass parts. or I may just throw some brass axle housings underneath of it later. I don't know, depending on how much use it gets. So right off the bat, there you go. It's LCG setup, so but it's still got really good ground clearance. It will run up to a 3S. They have, I guess, looks like supposed ESC upgrade because they say it has a 5 amp BEC, 2 to 3S capable, or a 5 to 9 cell on a nickel metal hydride. It's got your normal forward brake, reverse brake, you know, all that crap, 3 running modes. When it comes, it looks like you have to swap out your little pin connectors to LiPo. Mine is not set in LiPo, but it is set for drag brake. It'll get a 1080 anyways later on down the road, so that's not really that big of a deal to me. But there was something on the box. The shocks are really smooth. I will say, the shocks do seem really smooth. There was something on the box I was going to read here to you guys. Let's see here. I was trying to find where that was at. I was reading. It might have been on the top of it here. Bear with me for a second. Oh, here we go. It's the Hexfly V4 Brush Crawler ESC. It says it's the 35 kilogram stock ESC, but then it says 42 kilograms. So if you want to get this, if you want to get that servo, if you want to get the 42 kilograms out of this servo, you're going to have to step up to 8.4 volts. So this servo is probably not going to get, you're not going to get the 42 kilograms out of it unless you're running it at 8.4 volts, which, you know, you're going to have to step up to your Hobbywing 1080. That G2 will run it at 8.4 volts. So just wanted to throw that out there. You're not going to get the 8.4 volts out of this ESC. So one thing I did like about it, I don't got to do any soldering. I don't know if they all come this way. I run Deans on all my stuff, but this is like the oldest, old school Deans connector. These are old ones. The new ones are an upgraded Deans connector. They're a little heavier duty plastic, so they'll take a little more heat. This, I don't know. Either way, it's a Deans connector, so it'll plug right in. They're all universal, but I think that ESC, I don't know. It's supposed to be supposedly an upgraded ESC, but we'll see about that. I don't know. I am going a little bit quick here with this, guys, because I want to get out and run it a little bit. I'm not going to get run footage of it tonight, though, unfortunately. But I'm just looking at it here with you guys, because I only got a quick look at it whenever briefly in the hobby shop. It does have your battery. You can put a battery here in the back. So it probably, you know, I'm going to be running it on 3S when I run it. So I will get videos up of it, though. It looks like you can put saddle packs on it here. You can run your battery here. And also looks like, yes, I do believe they've got a mount here. So you can take your battery tray and you can suck your battery tray up here and run your battery. If you've got a real nice small flat pack right here, you can run it and your weight's going to be even farther forward up here. So that's pretty nice. I would probably run saddle packs down here on it if I was going to run it. Or you could get away with probably just a light, small 3S pack over here strapped down even. I think that's what most, you know, if you're comp stuff. So, yeah. First thing I'm definitely doing, it is not wide enough for me. It needs to come out. I mean, I could give two craps about comp rules. So I am going to be definitely switching out. I have BF Goodrich, the crawler TAs. I think I'm going to end up off my Gen 8 that are going to go on this. And then I will be picking up a nice set of, you know, adjustable beadlock wheels for it. Hopefully that are a little weighted. Something that brings it out a little wider. And then I've got a plus 2mm brass hexes that's going to be going on this as well. So I can get it a little bit wider because that's just going to add the stability to it. Like I said, I can already tell these... it's almost like they don't even have foam in them. You can hear them. It's like they got air in them. I don't even know if there is foam in that. They're just way too soft, guys. This is not going to side hill. I don't imagine very well at all. I mean, just from past experiences, that stuff just pretty much can tell you. But this is the Red Cat Ascent. I think they probably did a pretty good job with this, guys. I'm going to run it how she is for a while. And then I know I'm going to end up upgrading to the Holmes Hobby motor. And then, you know, or I will end up going with like an 1800 kV system in this later on down the road. I just the articulation I would have thought would have been a little more. But I'm not a comp guy, so I'm learning here too. I'm just giving you an RC crawler, guys. First observations here. So it is a plastic mount for the panhard bar here. Hopefully they'll make that for an aluminum or maybe like a brass upgrade. I would be upgrading that. I could see that getting busted for sure, but that is, you can change that out. So I would recommend probably changing. That'll be a thing that gets changed out for me. But this thing, man, it's got some weight to it, guys. And the forward weight bias is really nice. So even with the 3S pack in there, I'd say it'll be pretty good. So I'm going to toss a small 3S in there and get out here and try it out on my little rock section. And I'll get some video clip of it and some, you know, review of it and everything. I just wanted to give you, this is going to be first impressions from the RC Dungeon of the Red Cat Ascent. So I hope everybody is doing well. As always from the RC Dungeon, thank you guys for watching. And if you guys have any questions, comments, drop them down below. I'll try to add a link to Ed's RC in this video. And I'll put that in the video description down below. Or if I can figure it out how to add it to the actual video here, I will give that a shot this time and see if I can add that. But we got the Red Cat Ascent, guys. Peace.